Hey everyone, this is Mark from IceIceHedgeFund. Welcome back. We're back on Jinteki.net. Went over the worlds, took a little break afterwards, but now we're back from some games. Tonight we're actually playing a deck that I played against at Worlds, although it was the Sunday casual-ish event. It's by... Best of luck. Have fun. It's by Lucifer. It is SportsMetal, but does have a twist, whereby you try and hard-hitting news and kill the runner, which you may not see coming. Our opening hand is... it's not bad, actually. I would like a second piece of ice, but I mean, there's some good pieces here. We can definitely throw down 3 cards if we wanted. We could quicksand. Do have to protect against diversion of funds, though, so we may have to just ice HQ instead. This is also very good. Okay. So let's pop this on HQ. Ooh, we need to turn off those sounds. Because they're very annoying if you forget about them. And of course I've played it on mute sometimes, which has caused issues in the past. So apologies for that little bit of annoyance. We will ice this up because Rashida is a great card to keep defended. If they play Indexing or Maker's Eye, there's not a lot we can do about it. Gatekeeper is the one we want to raise, I think. They'll play the Quicksand like Criminal of Old. Ooh, interesting. Where you don't res unless the Siphon comes in. In this case, we're not resing unless the Diversion of Funds comes in. Or something else that's juicy. But I think we want to pop Rashida. It gets her... Oh god, all these things coming out. Can install more than one piece of ice. Okay. So Corporate Defector, whenever the corpse spends a click to draw a card, so not through card effectors is very important, reveal that card. So we're going to be playing Rashida, which will get us around that. And we shouldn't need to install multiple things. So Iron Boy gets you the money, which is something it's interesting. There's a lot of spicy stuff in here. Now, because the Gatekeeper has huge strength, I think we should put one piece of ice here, just in case, or we can just stick this behind that. I think sticking this in behind is fine. Inside job would have to be pretty high up. I think we're okay. And just take credit. So we'll score this out and we'll get money for days. Also, if they steal it, we're not actually that bothered. Hijack router. So whenever we create a server, okay, they're going to force us to lose money here. So this is very much a denial deck, plus knowledge. I do like that idea. Do we let them in? No, I think turning off the current is pretty good. So we'll get to draw here. And we can shuffle as needs be. So let's draw 2. Let's shuffle back a Vitruvius. And I think that's it. And then we end the run. So we won't be scoring this out, but we're in an okay position. We could stick a Fairchild on Archives, but it's kind of extreme. I think instead we saw a Cyberdex somewhere that we don't really care about. Coming into HQ, that's fine. Do get the Rashida, and we'll trash. Seems reasonable. Iron Boy and Archive seems okay as well. Alternatively, stick this on R&D. We won't pay to protect. Instead, we'll just credit. And that allows us now to score this out. So this will get us up to 5 credits. The important thing is trying to get a good bit ahead of the runner on money, because the trick, if you're going for the kill at least, is to get a false lead scored, or 2, as happened against me in the Sunday game, and then hard-hitting news and just take their entire turn. Interesting. Okay. Domestic sleepers. So there's a chance that they'll get to send something back home. Let's take money, and we'll get rid of. What do we need to get rid of? Core Defector could be annoying, so we could best defense it. I think we get rid of the Fairchild for the moment, just because we're a little on the poor side. We want to maybe slam the domestic sleepers next, take some money. If they go for it, we're not bothered at all because it's 0 points to them and it's money for us. Interesting. So all sorts of weird bits and pieces coming out here. So the install cost of each ice that is not installed in the innermost position is increased by 1. Okay, that's a 2 unfortunately, so we'll have to wait for them to get tagged. So let's pop it in there. We will prevent just in case. And money up. So Wari is going to require them to run at least. Falsify credentials, they guessed acid, they guessed wrong. So we are happy. Now it's domestic sleepers, so they probably won't even go for it. We can score it, get our money back. It also becomes another 1 pointer that we can claim if needs be at the very end. So let's have a read of Wari again. So expose it, add it to HQ if it has the name subtype. Stock buyback, irrelevant at the moment. So we'll take the money, we'll stick Vitruvius in here, and I suppose we'll prevent the expose. So we'll just keep slamming things in here until they show us that they're willing to compete. If they get it, that's okay. I'm guessing acid again and again. Incorrect. But now at least they know it's an agenda that's worth going for. Because if we get it, we're up to 3 points, kind of 4. Spearfishing. Yep, fair enough. All you. That's money on the board for us. So now we start to try and tick up and get into our money cards. Loki. It's expensive. Could just stick down an errand boy somewhere. Loki is good protection though. So expensive for us to install because it's going to cost us 2. And we'll prevent the expose. So we'll just go for the credits. So this is an interesting counter to our deck because we want to get at least 7 credits ahead plus certain agendas on the board, or just have them really poor that they can't clear all the tags. Corporate grant comes down. And now we're going to lose all our money. But Boom has arrived. So we'll stick Errand Boy on Archives. We will prevent the expose and we'll just take some money. So this will really help us when we're kind of gearing up for the hard-hitting news if they don't manage to get some money going. So we will draw once, even though it's dangerous. Archive memories. Okay. Hedge fund, and where are we going to put this Fairchild? We know they want to run HQ, but R&D is where the agendas are. I think we put it there, and we won't prevent the expose. Now, if we had purged their cash, we've got, it's an entire turn, but how badly do they need the 3 credits? Thank you, mail. Okay, all sorts of weird and wacky things. I don't know if this deck is going to run breakers, or if if it is maybe just an AI. They're kind of looking like a noise deck at the moment. So let's install this. We will prevent the... And then be very careful not to click the res button by accident. Something harder to do in person. Although, I have to say, the risks that the top players take at times is kind of surreal, where they'll literally just grab a card out of their opponent's hand and try to flip it, and you're just asking for trouble at times. Now, can we get a third falsified credentials? I'd assume they'll go acid again, leaving their money on the cash, and it's becoming more and more tempting to actually purge, because there's now 5 credits. Another network exchange. Okay, so ice is going to be very expensive, but if they don't run breakers, we may not need any. So we get another domestic sleepers. Let's fire that in there. Kind of want to see what their tricks are. So we're going to keep paying to prevent the expose, which is probably a bad idea. Just show them the domestic sleepers. So we're currently 1 point. We have kind of 2. Possibly kind of 3. Money-wise, we're doing fine. They're not gearing up to run, which means our hard-hitting news plan could be a bit of a bust. Could archive memories for Rashida. So we have consulting visit and we have boom, so we're getting there. But we do have to find could just gain 2 credits. Doesn't seem ideal. Snipe this. Yeah, let's go this. We have the archive memories. For 4 credits I'm less tempted, but maybe we should do it. Because at the moment, unless we can remove clicks, they do have enough money to clear all their tags. And that is problematic. Okay, they finally found some money. So now, what is the plan? We've been windmilling out agendas very well. It's a job. So coming into HQ, I just think they'll guess at what this is, or actually, yeah, they're going to guess the Fairchild. So Fairchild's going back to hand, and will be expensive to reinstall. They have turned on hard-hitting news, so we just need to get them a little poorer. Yeah, they don't seem that willing to run stuff. This is going to cost us 3 credits whenever we install. 4 if we want to prevent that thing. Alternatively, we purge, which isn't very exciting. We could draw, but that gets this on, which is kind of annoying. I don't think they have any other targets though, so that's just best defense. This. We'll install the quicksand on R&D. For expensive money. Take credit. So next turn, if it needs to be, we can put another piece of ice here. Again, it'll be expensive, cost us 3 credits. 4 if we want to prevent the 419 trigger, which could be important if they're playing Worries and multiple ways of getting it back. they're certainly drawing for answers. Okay, well, if they don't do anything, so we'll give them a few seconds, because this is a definite purge. That's 7 credits. That is well worth it. I think that's sufficient time. Purge. Gatekeeper. Fairchild. Fairchild's expensive, and at the moment we are struggling for money. I think we sack it for the moment. So, they're kind of disabling our game plan. We wanted to rush agendas, we wanted to rush better agendas than these. And because they're not stealing, our stock buyback's kind of useless, our ability is turned off. That's how you tech around SportsMetal. Just never run, never steal anything. So, stable thing comes down. So it turns on spearfishing, turns on inside job, turns on falsified, but that's probably less likely. Same old gamble. Was not expecting that. Okay, let's draw for something not quite what we wanted, but sometimes you make do. And take one pitch on a piece of ice. We're just binning ice ourselves at this stage, which is kind of terrible. But we have some of our combo pieces, archive memories, which may or may not be useful. Haven't played this deck much, so some teething issues, but it was interesting in the hands of my opponent at the very least. I was running a bit more. I was trying to go force reses, play traditional Netrunner, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh wait, hard-hitting news, and my turn is gone, and I'm dead. Because Errand Boy, wherever it is terrible against, or is terrible when you're running MK Ultra. And their plan is to money up. Okay, money, let's advance once and take credit. See if we can force a run. We may not be able to, in which case we'll just take the point. They have good money. We've just seen kind of tricks and bits and pieces. So the Fem comes down on here, it's going to cost 2 credits plus inside job or something. And that means we will be able to consulting visit and boom shortly thereafter. So inside job, it's not worth resing this. This gets them in, fair enough. 6 credits, actually 6 credits will gain back 5, it'll cost them an extra 2. Yeah, and it means they can't bump it back. So yeah, we'll leave them through. Pay 2 credits here. And we'll gain 5 in total. So next turn we consulting visit. And the following turn we boom. And with 2 archive memories, we should be pretty safe. So, false lead also arrives, which is kind of fun. So we'll install this into server 1. And then we will consulting visit for hard-hitting news. And now we kind of put them in a rock and a hard place in that they have, well, they've no money. They are essentially dead. They could get very lucky with AHQ access. But even at that, archive memories boom is fine. So I think we can just leave them run amok wherever they want, and we should be fine. So we didn't quite just get to see the pressure game. The agendas were not quite what we wanted. False lead is one you want to get early. We did get our Rashida and some econ early. Unfortunately, we lost this one. Stock buyback turned out to be less useful for us because they weren't piling up in agendas. So drive by. They knew what it was though, because we did not pay to hide it. So they're going to trash this to make us lose 3, in which case we credit. Boom. There you go, SportsMetal. Unfortunately, it wasn't called Speedball Brutal Deluxe or anything like that, but it's an interesting deck. It's harder to find now on Netrunner DB, so I will link it in the description below. You can try it out for yourselves. Yeah, it's a bit of fun. You're supposed to be able to chain Game Changer and try and score your global food. It's okay with sacking agendas. As you can see, we were coming into a lot of agendas towards the end. Not much ice left because we've been binning quite a lot of it. When it's costing you 3 credits a pop and possibly 4, it becomes less tempting to install. Because it's quite late. But yeah, now money-wise we were struggling a little bit. It's really dependent on getting your errand boys to fire, because sometimes you think, it's not that important to break. Or if you're Arnarch and you're playing with MK Ultra, it becomes horrible to break. But yeah, interesting deck. Try it for yourself. Thank you very much for watching. Let's try and get some videos going again. Thank you to all who I met at Worlds who were encouraging me to get back into it. And as I said, maybe tempted by the streaming prospect. It may not be ideal for people in America for watching live, but try and get it up on YouTube as well. And we'll experiment from there.